Yes, one of the first gore films ever filmed, Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis. I believe he's a business management consultant now. He's seemed to have made quite a respectable career for himself since these days. But when he first started, he used to do these really gory exploitation pics. It actually looks pretty naff and tacky now, inappropriate music, really bad special effects, but for the day, I forget when this was actually made now, it's 40s or 50s or something, no, 60s maybe, I forget now, but they were considered very shocking in the day, but now you just think, well, what was all the fuss about? Probably got it included because it had the word blood in the title on the list. UK disc is uncut. I'd recommend the US disc though, from Something Weird Video, because it's got better extras on. Yes, Jess Franco. The film Bloody Moon. Bloody awful, more like, to be honest with you. This one is about some killer in a Mickey Mouse mask, and it's not Walt Disney, I hasten to add, who's going around killing off the students at a foreign language school. It's a lot of bloody rubbish. If you're familiar with any of Jess Franco's work, you'll know what to expect. Avoid it like the plague. Bad acting, bad dubbing, naff direction, shoddy camera angles, just dreadful film basically. There's nothing really to recommend it. This one was released in the UK, but it was cut. This is the uncut Dutch disc from Italian Shock. I don't believe it's been released in the US. It's got a original trailer on and a slideshow and stuff. It's the only way you can really see this uncut. To be honest with you, if it wasn't for the fact that this was a former video nasty, I would never have bothered with it, but it's up to you guys. You've been warned. Next up, the film Blood Feast, or the Ghastly ones, to give it its original title. This is another release from Something Weird Video. I don't know if you've heard of Something Weird. It's highly recommended if you're into weird, kooky films. This US disc about a bunch of grasping relatives who were staying overnight in a house in order to get some guy's fortune. Then only to get bumped off by some guy called Colin. Apparently, he's a bit of a retard. But yeah, this is. I'm not sure if it's available on DVD anywhere else, but yeah, you can get it from Amazon, US DVD. It comes on a double bill with the film Seeds of Sin. Again, you only get it if you're into collecting video nasties, though. It's a pretty awful film, to be honest with you. The Bogeyman, or the Boogeyman to give it its American title. Again, this is the US DVD. Comes on a double pack with the Devonsville Terror, which wasn't a video nasty, I hasten to add. This is a so-so film. It's a cross between the Amityville Horror and The Exorcist. There's this evil mirror or something which is causing people to go around and murder other people. Let's say John Carradine's in it, but it's not really much to recommend it. And I'm not quite sure why they included that one on the list. But this one, The Burning, this comes highly recommended. This was basically a clone of Friday the 13th, a bunch of kids at a summer camp getting massacred by a deranged caretaker. Very good film, special effects by Tom Savini, who I'm sure you've all heard of. This one is available uncut in the UK, but I went for the US disc basically because the US disc has got better extras on, it's better print quality. UK disc is bare bones and crap quality, so yeah, highly recommended. I've also got the trailer to this on my YouTube channel somewhere, so check that one out. Very good film. Now, this is one I mentioned in my cannibal film collection, Cannibal Apocalypse. One of the better cannibal films. This isn't like the other ones that are set in jungles. This is set in the American city of Atlanta, believe it or not. It's got John Saxon in it, who, as you know, was in Nightmare on Elm Street and a lot of horror B-movies, and also John Morgan, who was in Cannibal Ferox and a lot of Italian B-movies and stuff. Yeah, a bunch of former Vietnam vets just get the munchies for human flesh and go on a flesh hunt round Atlanta, and there's this massive shootout in the sewers at the end. UK disc is cut slightly. It's out in the UK again now, but apparently the Board of Film Censors took exception to a scene with some rats getting splattered with napalm. They said that was against the Cruelty to Animals Act, so they had to cut that. But apart from that, the UK disc is fully uncut. This is the US release from Image Entertainment, I believe. Comes highly recommended, fully uncut, and has some nice extras on the on the UK disc. Very fun film, very gory. Another film I've heard me mention before, Cannibal Ferox by the notorious Umberto Lenzi. Got John Morgan again. Very stupid film, bunch of students go into the Colombian jungle to disprove that cannibalism doesn't exist, and then hook up with this idiotic drug dealer played by John Morgan and end up on the natives menu. Very nasty, very gory. It's got Italian regular Zora Carova in this, who gets strung up with hooks through her breasts. John Morgan gets amputated in a very sensitive area, and then gets various other bits hacked off him. It's very gory and nasty, but the plot's so stupid you can't take it seriously. But lots of nasty animal violence. The UK disc is cut to pieces, so don't even bother with it. It's available uncut in Europe, but the US disc is the best one to go for, because it's got better selection of extras on, plus it's got audio commentary track with the director and John Morgan, so it's up to you or not. Let's have a look. Ah, yes. Cannibal Holocaust, this is another one I've talked about before. This is probably the best of all the cannibal movies, or should I say, it's often regarded as the king of the cannibal films. That's actually the original UK box artwork, and this was one of the films, I believe, that started off the video Nasties furore, because the distributors were taking out full-page adverts with the graphic box art on that people didn't like, so that was one of the films that started off the video Nasties thing. But yeah, it's again, it's actually quite a good jungle adventure film, to be fair, but it's got a lot of yucky animal violence in. Very good. This one's about a bunch of filmmakers that go missing in the jungle, and when the rescue party discovers their cans of film, they find out why. But I've mentioned this one before, so I won't go into it too much. You might want to pick up either the US disc from Grindhouse or the European disc from ET Entertainment, because they've got a good selection of extras on. UK disc cut to pieces, so don't go for that. Now this one, this is called the Cannibal Man. Now this is probably got included on the list because it has the word cannibal in the title. It's not like any of the other films though. It's a Spanish movie about some guy who works in a slaughterhouse. He accidentally kills his taxi driver, then accidentally kills his girlfriend, and when her brother finds out, kills him as well, and to try and cover up his crime, takes the bodies to the slaughterhouse where he works and put them in the meat pies. It's fairly bloody in places, but it's very, very boring. Well, the only thing bloody about it really is the slaughterhouse footage. Everything else is decidedly mediocre. I mean, it certainly didn't deserve to be on the Video Nasties list. Again, I think it was just because it had the term cannibal in the title. This is out uncut in the USA. This is by Anchor Bay. I think Blue Underground are releasing this now. I don't think this is out in the UK at the moment, but it would probably pass uncut if it was to be submitted today. That's the one good thing about the obscene publications, that at least it gives, you know, scope for attitudes to change. The Board of Film Censors have actually been passing a lot of these films uncut recently, which I'll talk a bit about later, but anyway. Now this is a fun film, Contamination. This has got Ian McCullough in from Zombie Flesh Eaters. Basically it's about some alien octopus that's hiding in this Colombian coffee factory. It's sending all these alien eggs around the world, and they explode in your face, and they cause your stomach to swell up, and your guts to explode. It's a hilarious movie, it really is. Yeah, it's uncut. This is the US disc, but it is uncut in the UK now. I mean, I really do recommend this one. If you love low-budget sci-fi films, this one is an absolute hoot. It really is. I mean, the scenes of stomachs exploding, animal guts everywhere are hilarious, but yeah, it's not a bad movie. What else have we got? Dead and Buried. Again, this is one that's uncut in the UK again now, and I believe it's uncut in the US as well. This is this is the US edition actually, though I think the same versions are available in the UK. The same extras on. It's a very good film actually. It's about some small town, small country town, and there's a lot of strange murders going on, which the sheriff's investigating. And then he finds something even more strange when the people who've been murdered are seen walking around the town a few days later. It's quite a good movie actually. Not that gory. It's pretty good though. The special effects were by Stan Winston and Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street. He's got a small role in this. You have to look out for him. The disc has actually got an interview with him on here where he talks about his early career in horror films. So yeah, either go for the UK or the UK disc.